Hello, this is Ben here in Kerbal Space Program, testing out some guided RCS-powered missiles. All these have an impact tolerance of over 80, so I can see pretty good armor-piercing abilities here, and a bit of phase damage with these guys, you'll see. So the first one up here is the short length. All of these are going to be fairly small diameter. So I like this guy. You can stack them, use them in large groups, and they have great acceleration rates. And as you'll see here, they can do a fair amount of damage. I put the ship on here slightly off to an angle, so if there was a way for it to deflect, it would. But once you get up to those high speeds, they don't tend to deflect, as they tend to phase a little bit into the armor. So it's a fair amount of damage for its size. And since you can stack quite a few of these, you could make use of that weak spot in the armor now. And I'll just rotate the ship here so that we're ready for the next shot. This next shot here is going to be a little bit longer, not something you can stack. Most of the low impact components are going to be towards the front. The idea of this is that the low impact will interact with any of the soft armor people tend to put on the outside. Sort of reactive armor people have, so that tip will break off the reactive armor, and then the piercing part can continue through. So we'll just line up with the target here. This one does have translational abilities, has all those thrusters off to the side, so you can correct your course as you go. We'll just get our speed down to 0 relative to our target. The ship that's firing these things is the SNSS Nightmare. Carries about 12 small diameter missiles. I've used it a few times on the Naval Battle Club on the KSP forums here. And we're burning for the target. This guy doesn't have as good of acceleration rates, a little bit heavier. Still using those 3 pump engines. Not as much damage as the other guy. That might be because he's going at a bit of an angle, but he did strip off a little armor plating towards the middle, and it was a little bit deeper in. You'll see that guy go flying off there. As you see, the cruiser I'm using as a target is fairly well armored. It's got like 3 or 4 layers, 2 layers of reactive, and then 1 or 2 layers of the high impact stuff. So this next weapon coming up here is the Long Lance Torpedo. It's one of my favorites. This guy uses the long I-beam and has 4 main engines, also capable of strafing here to correct its course. This guy, you need to get up a little bit higher speeds, but with that extra engine it can certainly attain them. And this guy is fantastic at phase damage. It'll go right through a target and can usually hit the core of a ship. So the nice thing is that these guys have quite a bit of fuel on them, and as you'll see coming up here, I'm actually going to miss the target. And here we go. So getting up to speed, almost 200 meters per second by the time we got to the target. Plenty of fuel left, so if we do miss, you can turn around and try again. So get back over there. Probably going to speed this up a bit so you don't have to wait through all of it. Yeah, I'm going to ×8 here. Get up. Most of these are effective at the 200+ meter range to really get enough speed for that phase to come into effect. And bam! Just absolutely wrecked right there. Probably hit one of the central struts. A lot of things are attached to, and that just pried the ship apart. Maybe some of the part clipping played into that too, not entirely sure. But yeah, that was the demo for the guided armor piercing missiles. See ya.